What is going on, shrimp keepers? So I feel like it has been too long. Normally I'm like posting videos during the week and everything like that, but I've been sick lately. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I was traveling. I went to Buffalo, New York. I gave a talk at the I forget the name, but it's a club in Buffalo. I'll have to link it down below. But it was a great time, but it was exhausting. Like I think I got like maybe a little over 6 hours the first night and like 5 hours the second night. And normally that's not bad, but when you're sick, like, it was brutal. And so I'm recovering from that. I got home, and whenever you go out of town, there is always work to be done and things going on and everything like that. So that was pretty brutal catching up. I'm still not caught up. I actually have this huge to-do list. So this is my to-do list for the day. So I got to get stuff done for that. We got the aquatic experience coming up in less than 2 weeks. It actually starts 2 weeks from today, but I have to get there like Wednesday, and so I'm going to be in early. So that's going to be crazy. But good morning, everybody. Thank you for stopping in. A lot of people here. Roma Aquatics, Stormy Miss, Nisi. I saw Ollie in here. A lot of people. I forget who was first. V-Stag was first. Aqua Chef. Simply Shrimps in the house. Dominic. So a lot of people here. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. I know it's like middle of the week, or I guess it's end of the week. Friday, it was just kind of one of those things that I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so I want to stop in and kind of give you an update on everything that's been going on. And so that's what we have going on. So we're going to talk about some fish rooms that I went to this past week. And one of them, Roma Aquatics, is actually here. I went and visited Chris Roma's fish room, and it was a blast. First of all, it's cool hanging out with Chris. He's a great guy. If you guys have never seen Roma Aquatics, the YouTube channel, check him out. He does a lot of shrimp stuff. And so I went over there and saw it. He was working. So I had to kind of beat around his schedule. I didn't want to interrupt him because it was Wednesday, so he's working. But anyway, so I got there, and he's just a great guy. Had a lot of fun. He came and saw my talk the night before. He actually streamed it, so you can actually see the talk that I gave in Buffalo through Chris Roma's channel, which is really cool. I actually watched it, and it was funny. So it's weird seeing yourself. But I did have a lady come up to me, and she's like, she saw my talk before, and she's like, wow, your talk got better. And I'm like, well, thank you. Like when you do talk, 20 times, eventually it's going to either get worse or better. So luckily it's getting better. But it was just a great time. But yeah, hanging out with Chris Roma was a lot of fun. Seeing the tanks that he has, seeing the setup that he has, like everything about it was just awesome. And so the fish room tour is going to be coming out soon. Oh, Jobs, JAWBS, aquarium tanks. Said, hey, Rob, can't wait to meet you in Chi-Town. So listen, guys, literally 2 weeks away from today, we are going to be in Chicago. We have a booth there. We have the YouTube booth there. It is going to be a huge, just a blast. I'm so excited. Can't wait. So that's going to be going on. So if you guys are anywhere near Chicago, even if you're within a 3-hour drive, maybe even 4 hour, make the trip. It is so worth it. You get to meet some amazing YouTubers. A lot of people are going there. You get to meet me, which, if you guys are watching me, obviously you might want to meet me. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, Chris Roma is going to be there at the Aquatic Experience too. His fish room, man, he's got a ton of shrimp, guppies, all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to be doing with the videos is I have 7 fish room tours that I did, and I'm going to release them one a week, probably for the next 7 weeks, starting next week. And I don't know if I'll go in order, if I'll kind of mix it up, but I kind of want to tell you about some of the fish rooms I went and saw. And it was just, it was absolutely awesome. Just had a blast of a time. Triton Aquatics is in the house. Triton Freshwater Aquatics, aka Chris Hardy, is here. And Chris Hardy is an awesome guy. So Chris messaged me probably like a couple months before my trip. And he's like, man, I got to take you to get some real tacos. Because, Corey's always in town, and we're always talking about eating tacos. So he's like, I got to take you to this taco joint that I know. And so we met up with Chris Hardy Monday night, the first night I was there. And we went to this taco joint, which was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh, we got Corvus in the house. What's going on, Corvus? Let's see. There we go. But anyway, so we went to this sweet taco joint. And then we actually went back to Chris Hardy's house, which if you guys don't know Chris Hardy, he doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything. But he runs a website called freshwater.aquatics.com, I believe it is. And he sells a lot of hardscaping stuff and wood and different things like that. He has some really great prices. But anyway, we went and saw his fish room. We hung out, just had a good time, talked fish and shrimp. There was me, Donna, Pete, Tom, and Chris. And then Chris' wife, who is, I forget. It's not Chelsea, but that's the name that keeps coming to my mind. Anyway, it will probably come back to me, but it's Chris's wife. So we hung out there, got to know Chris. We have an awesome fish room tour of his place, a little tour of his garage, which is turned into the escape zone. He has so many hardscaping stuff in there, or so much hardscaping material in there. And he's going to be at the Aquatic Experience also, which is going to be a blast. And so you guys will get to meet him. And so that was the first fish room tour I did. And then we went back to Pete and Donna's, which we did a fish room a fish room tour there as well. And so that will be coming out. The fish nerd's in the house. He said, I got a fish room tour uploading as we speak, late due to connection issues, but it's coming. Oh, that's sweet. The fish nerd. Carlos, my man. But anyway, so it's so cool. Like, this community keeps getting smaller and smaller, and the fact that like we keep getting closer and closer and closer. And so that's the cool thing about it. We're all getting to know each other. It's just a lot of fun. It's Kelly. Kelly is his wife's name. There it is. I don't know why Chelsea kept coming to my mind, but it's Kelly. And so anyway, so Chris Hardy's. The next morning we went to Terry and Randy's house, which they are like super involved. Randy used to own a pet store. Randy does pretty much all the auctions, the auctioneers for him around here. Just an awesome family, awesome guy, and really enjoyed their fish room. It's just like, it just shows, like, all these fish rooms show different things, but their fish room showed like you don't have to have a lot of space to be efficient. Like, they have one aisle, and then on each side of the aisle there's two levels. There's the bottom level and the top level, and they just breed a lot of stuff. And there's like high quality catfish, plecos, and just so cool. It's just, listen, the best thing about fish rooms is every fish room you go into, there's always something you can learn. There's always something people do different. Surprises. Name that YouTuber. Oh man, he needs a copyright that, so I can't say it. But yeah, so the cool thing about fish rooms is you're always learning things. Like, sorry, I need a cough drop. My throat is literally still killing me. I actually got a prescription today for strep throat. I think that's what I have. But anyway, Randy and Terry, they actually have a whiteworm culture that is in this huge styrofoam container. And let me tell you, they have been having it going for, I think they said 5 years or something like that, and it's still going strong. All they do is put hot dog buns in there, and the worms eat them, and they feed off, and then they take the worms and they feed their fish, and that's what they do, and it just goes crazy. So, we got Steam Fought Aquatics. I swear, Bob's supposed to be at work right now, but he's not. It's like 9:35 his time, so he's probably being bad sitting at his desk, like with got his earphones on. But shout out to Steam Fought Aquatics too. So anyway, we're just having fun. And so that was Randy and Terry's, which their fish room, oh my gosh. Like, it's so, I enjoyed myself. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of filming. It was a lot of talking. But I enjoyed myself. And so, surprises. What else we got going on? So after that fish room tour, we went to Tony's house, which Tony, Ollie, my man, Ollie Taylor. I get to meet Ollie Taylor in Chicago this coming up in less than 2 weeks. He's coming over to meet us, and Laura's coming with him, so that's gonna be great. But Ollie said, "Hey man, second shrimp buried. So excited. Thought we had lost one, but it was a twin. need to plan aquatic experience, want to help you set up. We had our first UK shrimp fam swap. You inspired us. So that is so awesome, Ollie. Thank you so much. And Ollie, I'm going to be there Wednesday. If you and Laura, I don't know what day you guys are flying in, but if you're there Wednesday, I can get you passes to come in and help us set up. You guys can hang out with us all day. We'll be there all day Thursday. You can hang out with us. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, whatever. So we'll definitely make that work. Stormy said, Rob, did you go to the doctor? Kind of. I kind of went to the doctor. I kind of did. So you could say I went to the doctor, but you can also say I didn't go to the doctor. I kind of went. But anyway, yeah, so thank you so much, Ollie, for the $10 super chat. Man, you and Laura are so generous. Really appreciate you guys for sure. Can't wait to meet you. And so the third fish room tour we went on, like I was saying, was Tony. And Tony is just like an awesome, like hippie loving guy. Like, you know, they were telling me about him before. They're like, yeah, the guy's got long hair. He's got a beard. You know, just really, really awesome, like down to earth. He has flowers on the side of his car, you know, just a good dude. Like, he is so awesome. So we go over there and we meet Tony, and, you know, we eat food and we go down. Well, first of all, when we get there, he has like every animal known to man. He has hamsters. He has ferrets. He has a tortoise, a little tortoise that is crawling around on the floor. He has a hedgehog, like all kinds of stuff. It was so freaking cool. So I loved it. Danny's Aquarium saying, show Rob some love and hit that like button. Thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate you guys. The Anonymous said, do you guys only ship on Mondays? We actually ship Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I need to add that to the site. That's on my to-do list for today, is update the site and get more things on there. Rory, what's going on, brother? He said, hey, Rob, how's things? 2 years from some cough drops. I got you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for sure. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, 10 pounds is a lot more than $10. It's actually like $14. No, it's actually like $13. Oh, my gosh. Because whenever I buy from Germany, whenever I get product shipped in, it's always like, oh, you know, it costs $1,000, but with shipping it's $1,200, and then when you pay for it, it's actually, when I say dollars, I actually mean euros. And then when you pay for it, it's like $1,400, and so it's like ridiculous, the conversion rate. Michael Trevino said, "What's up, gangster Rob?" I didn't know I was a gangster, but I guess I'm a gangster, guys. So you all better look out. I make the worst gangster ever. Maybe a shrimp gangster. I could probably be one of them. But anyway, so Tony, he had all these animals in his living room. Just an awesome dude. And we go down to his basement, and as soon as you walk down the steps, like, just envision this with me. You're walking down these steps, and the first thing you see when you like open up the curtain at the bottom of the steps is this huge, it's like, it has to be 800, 900 gallon pond. And it's just, you know, 4 feet tall. So that's the first thing you do, is you walk over to this, and you see like all these huge red-tailed catfish. You know, he had peacock bass in there. He had some huge Oscars. I mean, the guy had a huge pond right at the bottom of the steps. And so that thing like catches your attention, and you're sitting there and you're looking at it, and you're basking in the glory of this huge pond in the middle of somebody's basement. And all of a sudden you feel this tap on the side of your leg. And I'm like, well, what is that? And here, Tony has a super old tortoise that is like, and if you guys know what a tortoise is, it's a turtle, but bigger, and it doesn't go in water. And it's this huge tortoise. It's probably 3 feet long. You know, probably weighs 60, 70 pounds. And this thing, that's her basement. Her name's Daisy. And it is Daisy, I think it's Daisy, and it's Daisy's basement. So you're in her way. And if you don't move, like, she's going to keep, she just keeps bumping into you until you get out of the way. So it was just so cool hanging out with Tony. Tony's like huge into larger fish. So he's like a 220, a bunch of 125s, things like that. And it's just so cool. He breeds them. He shows them. He takes them to like the OCA in different places to show them off, and he has so many awards. And just the fact that he has a tortoise in his fish room, like what a cool mascot for the fish room. And so he's got the tortoise down there, and then he also has a second tortoise down there. So he has 3 tortoises total, 1 upstairs, 2 downstairs. The other one downstairs, his name's Bob, and he was a neglected tortoise. So he was kind of confined. He didn't grow as good. And so Tony's kind of nursing him back to health. But Bob is he is a bullet. I mean, 4 tortoises, he's like zoop, 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 flying everywhere, and he's small enough to get under the stands of the fish tanks. And so he'll be nowhere, and then all of a sudden he'll just run after you. And so it was so funny. That was probably, I have to say, that was my favorite fish room out of the trip, just because of the tortoise. Like, you know, you don't see tortoises every day. And so it was hilarious. Like, there's nothing better than being in a fish room, enjoying yourself, and then getting attacked by a tortoise. Like, it was just so funny. And so Daisy and Bob is the boy, so obviously he likes Daisy. And so he'll just attack Daisy, and she'll just like kind of curl up in her shell, and then she'll just walk over him, like no big deal. And Tony's so good with him, so he'll like pick Bob up and be like, Bob, now you got to behave yourself, and then set him back down. And so it was so cool. Cordes said he saw a tortoise at the Reptile Expo last weekend. I've never been to a Reptile Expo, but after this weekend, I'm pretty sure I want to go. And so I got to find out when the next one's going to be and go see it, and just, you know, be there, because, you know, we're all into pets. We love pets, you know, and that's what it's all about. So that was that fish room. The following fish room was really cool also. It was Bonnie's fish room. Bonnie is, I want to guess, in her 70s. She's elderly, and she's getting around real good, does really well. But she has a fish room of, I think, 40-some tanks, and they're like pristine, like lights on all the tanks, which, you know, isn't always the case. Every single tank clean. You know, you could eat off the floor. Like, that's how clean this basement is. Like, the older ladies, they know how to get stuff done, and she takes really good care of it. And so Bonnie was she was so funny. I had so much fun with her. You know, I was always joking with her, and just so cool to kind of get her to tell some stories, because she was in the hobby. She said she's been doing it for 50 years, which is a long time. You know, I've only been in the hobby for, what, 5-6 years, like, aggressively. So it just shows you, like, she's been in it 10 times longer than I have. Like, that's ridiculous. And so she knows a lot. She breeds a lot of angelfish, cichlids, plecos, rainbow fish. And it was just so fun hanging out with her. And just wait until you see the video. Like, she is sassy lassie, you know, 70-some years old, just a bullet. And just had a great time with her. And I really enjoyed it. So that was the next fish room. After that, what is that? Fish room 4? Maybe I only saw 6 fish rooms. I thought I saw more than that. I don't know. But that's fish room 4. And then I went, we did our talking thing, which, again, if you guys want to see my talk, my presentation I did this weekend, it was recorded by Chris Roma Aquatics. He has a live stream on his YouTube channel, Roma Aquatics. Go check him out, and you can watch the video there. And it was funny. It's weird seeing yourself on camera. I mean, I see myself on the camera all the time, but I've never recorded a talk, so it's weird to see yourself talking and presenting to, you know, 50-60 people, and just how you are. So it was cool though. So go check that out. So I did my talk that night and kind of hung out. And then I went and hung out with Pete and Donna, which I was staying at their house the whole time. And we did a fish room tour of their room. And I have to say, Rob, look at the chat. Stormy's yelling at me. What'd I miss? I don't know. Nobody tagged me. But if there's some I missed, let me know. Oh, Nick Richards. What's going on, Nick? Nick's my buddy from across the pond. Nick came here and visited for a while, and I I gave him one of these shirts. So he's one of like 6 people, well, maybe more than 6. He's one of, say, 10 people that actually have the shirt, and the other 9 people are family members. So he is the only one that got it, and so that was really cool. Sassy Lassie. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. The 5th fish room tour that we did. Edit to Bob's comment. Old ladies know how to get stuff done. Oh my gosh. Danny. Hey Danny, you can't call me the Shrimp King. You have to call me the US Shrimp King, maybe. I might be able to get away with that. Chris Lucup is the Shrimp King. I can't take his title away from him. Oh, I hear my dogs barking. I put them outside. They're not happy. We got Justin in the house, H2O plants. But anyway, the second day I was there, the last fish room I saw was Pete and Donna's, and we did a video there. And oh my gosh, guys. After doing 3 fish room tours, videotaping them, talking to numerous people, doing a presentation, I mean, I was dead tired, exhausted. My throat hurt. I've been sick. You know, I was just not doing good. So I trucked through that fish room tour. So hopefully it came out good, but I wasn't excited as I normally am just because I was so tired. And so so you guys will probably notice the difference, but that's just me being honest with you guys. And so we did that fish room tour, and they have a pretty substantial fish room. I think they have 90 tanks, maybe something like that. A lot of cichlids. And so that, I mean, it was cool. It was definitely cool. It was interesting how they did it. They built their own room, and so it'll be fun to watch that video back. And then I went to bed, got up early in the morning, and I went and saw Chris Roma Aquatics. Did a fish room tour with him, and it's just so cool connecting people that we deal with on a daily basis, like through the internet, through the, you know, just talking on the phone or text messages, to actually see them, hang out with them, visit their fish room, spend some time with them. You really get to know people. And so that's what's cool about traveling and meeting people, is that you really get to know them. And so Chris really enjoyed his fish room, both Chris's actually, Chris Hardy and Chris Roma. And it was just a great time. So you guys will really enjoy those videos. I'm positive of it. Chris Roma was breeding a crap ton of Royal Blues, which I'm jealous about because I can never keep mine in stock. But anyway, let's see. Dominic said, what was the other site you can donate to, you guys? Oh, the other site is called, what is it called? Patreon. So Patreon's a big one. But anyway, Patreon's a whole nother story. We'll have to talk about that. Oh, give Bob the credit. Bob Steamfought. Oh, Steamfought Aquatics quoted me. Older ladies know how to get stuff done. I don't think I'll ever live that one down now. That's hilarious. Oh, but anyway, so Stormy, shout out to Stormy Mist, Emma, her betta fish. She actually did an Instagram post, which was hilarious. She said, my betta fish is an expert weatherman or something like that. Like, it was so cute. And he was actually building a bubble nest. I'm guessing that she assumed that it was a cloud, but I don't know for sure, but I thought it was freaking cute. And so so shout out to Emma. Nisi's in the house. What's going on, Nisi? Nisi's husband, Doug, I've been talking with him a lot lately. He's an awesome guy, so he's really getting into the hobby. So you got to be excited about that. Let's see what Nick said. Nick Richards said, I've spawned 64 betta fry, bro, and only have the pair 2 weeks. Shrimp colony is thriving. Jeez, man, you're busy. I've never spawned them before, but I would love to. That would be a lot of fun. Oh, I can tell you guys, listen, so whoever watches my live stream, you guys are like my inner circle. Like, I tell you guys way before I post videos, so you guys get the scoop on everything. So I'm getting ready to tell you, well, I'll tell you a few things that I haven't told anyone yet. So the first thing is, no, I never set up a Patreon, by the way. I have not. But anyway, more on that to come later on. I'll probably talk about it on Sunday. But anyway, Something that I've never told anyone yet. It's kind of new news. I don't think anyone knows this except for me and Amanda. So me and Amanda went 2 days ago to pick up an order from the airport that we got in. And while we were up there, she's like, let's go see a pet store. So we go to one pet store and she didn't see anything she liked. So she's like, let's go to, what was it? She's like, let's go to Petco. And I was like, honey, like, I don't really like going to chain stores. Like, and she's like, well, they might have this hamster that I want. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, here we go. So I'm like, all right, we'll stop. Like, you know, make the wife happy. You guys know how that goes. And so we stop at this Petco and we go in. It's like, it's literally the most beautiful Petco I've ever seen. Like, everything was so well taken care of. You know, it really was beautiful. Like, they did a great job. So we walk in, and the first thing that she sees in the fish section is a huge display of betta fish. Like, now granted, they were displayed exceptionally well. They really were, and they looked great. Like, they took really good care of them. There was no crud on the bottom. Like, they did a great job. I will give them that. And so, okay, shout out to Kingly. Kingly's in the house. So Amanda sees all these betta fish, and she instantly just starts going through them. She's like, I love this one. I love this one. She's like, can I get one? And I was like, absolutely not. Like, where are we going to put a betta fish? Like, I don't know. And no. And so Corey, shout out to Aquarium Co-op, just recently sent us a betta fish. We had to, like, twist his arm to do it. And then he said he was going to try a new shipping method that he was maybe trying out if he was going to start shipping fish again. So we got Corey from Aquarium Co-op to send us this awesome, beautiful betta fish. And so that's what started it. So she has one. And now at this point, she's like, I really want more. Like, I love this one. I love this one. So she ends up guilting me. And she's like, you know, whenever you want shrimp, you get them because you sell them, blah, blah, blah. She's like, when I want something, I don't get it. So eventually I'm just like, you know what? You're right. Like, go ahead and pick out a betta fish that you want. You know, just don't go crazy. And so at this point, I started filming it because it was hilarious. And she's literally picking out betta fish. There's a betta I love. There's another one. She ends up picking out 6 bettas that she wants. Like, come on now. And I'm like, honey, you know, you can't get all these. You know, somewhere with $20 a piece. Like, what the heck? Like, that's expensive. And so she ends up picking all these out and decides that she wants every single one of them. And I have the whole thing on camera. I just kept recording just because I couldn't believe that it was happening. And so she got so excited. She got 6 of them. One of them was a baby, which she loved. And so now we have to set up all these betta fish tanks. Just absolutely ridiculous. But if it makes the wife happy, you have to do it. It just makes life that much easier. So Amanda, I told her, I was like, listen, like, if you're getting all these betta fish, like, YouTube wants to hear what you're doing with them. So she's got a video coming out sometime in the near future about her bettas and all that good stuff. So it should be fun. But now I have to build a rack for them and all that stuff. But yes, Chris Hardy, happy wife, happy life, every day, all day. So that's what I got going on with that. What was the other thing? I had some other new news for you guys. I'm having a hard time deciding what I'm going to bring to the aquatic experience. Oh, I don't know how many nanofish I'm going to bring versus how many shrimp I'm going to bring versus how many snails I'm going to bring versus what I'm going to bring and what I'm going to put it in. And so there's a lot to do on that side of it. But aquatic experience is going to be a great time. It truly is. And a lot of people are going, which is going to be great. Nisi, no. Nisi said you need one of every tail type and color pattern. In my honest opinion, she said. That's a woman talking to it, or no, that's a wife talking to another wife, knowing that if my wife came up with that, she could convince me. And so we can't do that. The fish nerd Carlos said better 6 bettas than 1 hamster. Hallelujah. Like, I agree 100%. We cannot have that happening. AJ Ellis said Mr. Diesel have bacteria AE. I think Ket some of that. AJ, if you are asking me if you should get bacteria AE, my opinion on this. 100% yes. Bachelor AE is like my go-to food. Bruce Willis Jr. said, "What's Amanda's channel?" So Amanda's channel is Panda Lee, but I don't think she would post a video on there. I think she just does that to like hang out and chat and talk to people. I'll probably post a video on Flip Aquatics, just so everyone could see it. But yeah, so she's literally like, I have videos of her singing in the car. Like she's like, "I'm so excited." Like, granted, my voice is super raspy and that sounded awful. So if you just leave the stream now, I completely understand. But oh my gosh. So yes, Amanda was like singing, like having a great time. I don't know if she'll let me put the part in there when she's singing, or I'll put it in there and then I might get in trouble for it. That's the nicest way to put it. But that was that. I think I'm gonna do a special this weekend. Actually, I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna do a special on this thing. And so I'm gonna tell you guys now. I don't have a discount code ready. I don't have any of that stuff ready because normally I don't release it till Sunday. Or I released it to the email group a little bit earlier. But what I'm going to do is I have a ton of USA bred cherry shrimp, and I think I'm going to drop the price in half just to like get people into it because it's getting cold season again. And so this is the perfect time for people to be like, okay, like I'm biting the bullet. I'm buying cherry shrimp. I'm going to try this shrimp thing. So I think I'm going to do a really good deal on the cherry shrimp, like do them for like $1.50 and just sell a ton of them. And get a ton of people hooked on the shrimp. Every time I go to do a talk at to a local fish group, I always get into this thing where like I want to grow the hobby, like I want to make this huge again because there's still so many people that have never heard of shrimp. Like when I went and spoke in Buffalo, there's literally like 60 people there, 50 to 60, however many, and of those 50 and 60, like. Maybe 3 people knew what shrimp were or have kept shrimp. And the other people were just like, oh, my gosh, like I've never heard of this. And then afterwards, they're always like, you know what? I'm going to try shrimp or I'm going to try shrimp again after hearing your talk. So that's always a good thing. But, yeah, MJ Aquatic said or H-O-I. I don't know how to say that. Hoy. Hoy, Flip Aquatics and Fish Fam. That's how I'm going to say it. Story Miss said, Rob, I had a comment that was not too far from Nacy's. Go read it, please. Let's see. I know IKR. I know, right? Amanda, I can't go to the pet store without looking at the bettas, and it's so hard not to want to buy one. Stormy, Emma, you are still young, so you can convince your parents of a lot of things. I know if I had a little daughter, she'd probably get spoiled, like rotten, because it's just something about a dad and daughter. Like, you can just get away with murder. At Flip Aquatics, Stormy Miss said, there is a reptile expo in San Antonio. That's another reason to come down. And my goldfish just died. Stormy, I feel like you have the worst luck with pets. You always have one dying. That is not good. I'm sorry to hear about your loss here, your goldfish. But at least it wasn't your betta fish. That would be terrible. What else we got going on? So we got all those fish room tours that will be coming out. We'll do one a week. For the next 7 weeks, I guess 6 weeks because I didn't know how to count. I think maybe I included. I went to this awesome pet store, and I did a video there, and it was pretty freaking cool. It really, really was pretty cool. And so maybe I was referring to that as the 7th one. They have so many fish, like literally. I don't even know. They had like a 2,000-gallon aquarium, like legit 2,000-gallon aquarium, that had this huge, again. Red belly, or what is it called? Red tail catfish. And so they had that, which I got that on video. They had tons of saltwater. They had a whole cichlid section. They had a community section. Like it was pretty stinking cool. It really was. And so we have that going on. Jimmy Edwards says, Rob, how can I start importing shrimp? So you can become my friend, and then I can import shrimp for you. But doing it yourself is a pain in the butt. Like, put it this way, a shrimp order, like, put it this way, shipping a shrimp order is like $1,000, like every single time. So you got $1,000 investment just in shipping, and then it doesn't really matter how many shrimp you get. Like, so if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it big, and most people can't do it big. But I'd be willing to help you in import for you or do stuff like that. So we'll figure it out. You can send me an email, rob@flipaquatics.com. It's always the best way to get a hold of me. Just in case I went too fast, because sometimes I do talk pretty fast. It's rob@flipaquatics.com. That's what we got. Looks like Carlos is leaving. See you later. See ya later, Carlos. Oh my gosh. I talk too fast and my words become one. He said, all right, lunch is over. Got to roll back to work. Catch you all later, Shrimp Fam. See you, Carlos. Thank you for tuning in. Elena, hi, Rob from Scotland. I made a live stream having my dinner watching. That is so awesome. So though I have to be honest, the whole reason I do streams this early, because it was only 12:30 when I started, is 100% for the UK. So Ollie, Nick, Elena now, or I think that's how you spell it, Elena. No, but it's an E. I don't know. Elaine, maybe. That's what it is, Elaine. So shout out to Elaine Mefam. Scotland. Scotland's a great place to be. Me and my wife's favorite show is based in Scotland, and that is Outlander. I don't know if you guys ever read the books, but if you're from Scotland, I'm sure you would have read the books. It is awesome. Stormy said, Rob, have you heard Dustin's Fish Tanks red-tailed catfish horror story? No, I haven't. But that sounds crazy. Kingley said, how much Brightwell soy do I need for a 50-gallon lowboy to start up a pinto tank? King, if you are doing a 50-gallon lowboy pinto tank, I know you mentioned this before, that is going to be the coolest pinto tank in the entire world. So, oh, that's the other thing I didn't tell you guys. Thank you for reminding me, King. So, King, I would say, I got to remember the dimensions. 48 by 24. A 40-gallon breeder is 30 by 18. And we use less than a bag. So I would say to get a half inch of substrate, which is usually what we use, you would need like 2 bags tops. Now, if you want it, deep enough for planting, then I would do 3 bags of the bigger bags, obviously. I think they're the, 18 liter or something like that. Something like that, whatever the bigger bag is. That's what I would do, King. I can always order you in bags too. Or you can just get them off Amazon, whatever's easiest for you. But yeah, so I would do 2 to 3 bags. Cora said, I'm not going to email you till you email me first. That's funny. Of course, I'm just going to text you, Joel. Ollie said, shout out from the UK Shrimp Fam. Thank you so much, Ollie. Laura and I are both from Scotland. We will have to give you the tour. Ollie, are you seriously from Scotland? Seriously, me and Amanda are going to plan this trip. We're going to go spend some time with you guys, and then we're all going to go visit Nick over in Swansea, and that will be fun. Because I love, my wife gets so mad at me whenever we go out of town. Oh, and if I didn't say, Kingley, thank you so much for the super chat. But anytime we go out of town, I have this problem where I adapt accents of the people I'm listening to. So if we go to Scotland, I'm going to get a Scottish accent. I mean, it literally happens every single time. And we went on a cruise for a honeymoon, and I literally talked in 30 different accents while I was there. And after we left, I was still talking in a Spanish accent. And so this just happens to me. I don't know. There has to be some type of disorder where you start mimicking what you hear. And so that's why I loved when Nick was here, Nick Richards, because he said the funniest things. Oh my gosh, I forget them all now, but it was hilarious. You fancy dinner, something like that. It was just so cool, and it's so cool how us over here on this side of the pond and UK over there, we do talk so differently, not differently enough to where we don't know what we're saying, but we talk differently enough that it was but anyway, we just have different ways of saying things. Triton Freshwater Aquatics says length times width times height divided by 60 equals the amount of liters that you need for a tank. That's awesome. I'm guessing length times width times depth of substrate that you want. So that's really good. I actually didn't know that. Bugger off, Nick. There it is, Nick. That's so funny. Bugger off, bugger off. He also uses jog off. So that is so funny. Bugger off. Nick said, can't wait for you all to visit. Much love, bro. Yeah, love you too, man. Nick is an awesome guy. So is Oli and Laura. Like, I just can't wait. I can't wait until Flip Aquatics grows and grows and grows. And then we can afford to go overseas and hang out with you guys and travel the world. So it is going to be a blast. I'm so excited for the future. Dexter here from Italy. Shout out to Italy. We got to make something over there. That's so funny. Kyle said it. That's not a disorder. It is you confronting or conforming to your environment. So apparently I conform, which I guess it talking I might, but no other ways. I don't conform in any other ways. We set the standard. That's what we do. Let's see. What else we got? All in inches, Triton, Freshwater Aquatics said Chris Hardy. But yeah, so really enjoyed my fish room hopping. Seen a bunch of different fish rooms. I'm really excited to go to the UK because I know they got some good fish rooms. So I'll have to do that. Nick said, can't thank you enough for allowing me to visit. Nick was literally here for like a week and a half, which is crazy. But it was a great time. And luckily Jimmy was here and he got to meet Jimmy, hang out with Jimmy too. Sergeant Tanks was here, Jeremy, and it was just a lot of fun. So Zanza said, careful that you don't think you are making fun of them and end up on dirt. No, I don't want to do that. I always just try to like have a good time. I don't think anyone will ever take me for making fun of them because I just don't do that. I might do it in a joking way, I guess, but I never do it to be mean. And there's a story behind that, which, I mean, it's completely off topic, but when I was little, I used to get made fun of, like when I was like real little. And then the person that used to make fun of me was like the cool kid. And his name was Tyler. And so Tyler actually became my best friend somehow. And me and him used to make fun of kids. And I did that until, like, I probably made fun of kids until I was, like, in 2nd or 3rd grade. And then I made a kid cry. And I felt so terrible that, like, me and Tyler had a talk. I'm like, man, like, why do we make fun of people? And it just, like, all clicked. And then, like, we never made fun of kids again. And then because we were, like, considered the cool kids, like, we had, like, a couple kids that were, like, mentally challenged. That went to our school, and we always had them sitting at our lunch table with us and hanging out with them, and I like to think that we made their school, like, you know, the time of growing up, like really good. Still to this day, like, you know, the one kid's name is Michael, and like I won't even recognize him, and he'll just be out of nowhere, and he'll be like, Rob, and so it's so cool. But you know, I did have a period of my life where I was a little bit of a bully, but thank God I realized it young enough that that you know, I got to spread the love instead of destroy it. And so that's why I am a lot of the way that I am, is because of my childhood. So luckily I had a great childhood, everything like that. But anyway, we don't have to talk about all this. What else we got going on? So we have an import order coming in, which is really cool. It's actually coming in next week. And the reason we got it in is my importer, Selene. Shout out to Selene. Selene is sending us a bunch of stuff for the competition, the shrimp competition, which shout out to the shrimp competition. That's at the Aquatic Experience. So Selene wanted to send in a lot of stuff, and I'm not submitting it under me. Selene's going to submit it under him because he bred it. And so he's sending over like a whole box of stuff that just really cool. And so it's going to be a bunch of stuff like, I don't know. He didn't even tell me. All I know is that I'm keeping it for a week before I take it there. So fingers crossed I don't kill anything that's really expensive, because the stuff that he sent over like could be anywhere from $50 to a shrimp upwards of like $700 a shrimp, and that's wholesale cost. And so he's gonna send over some good stuff. Hopefully, take home some medals and things like that. And I hope he does really well. And so it's gonna be really cool getting his stuff in. So that's why we're importing. And with the import, we are getting in some really cool things. Like, we have been getting in Galaxy Pintos lately and been selling them. And Selene, in celebration of the competition, he actually gave us a really good deal on Galaxy Pintos. So we were selling them for like, I think $90 each. And I really think like with the new pricing and how much, importing them costs and everything like that, we're going to be able to sell them for like $35 each, which is like literally a third of the price. And just because like he's trying to like really help us out in terms of like getting shrimp out there and a celebration for the competition, things like that. So it's going to be really cool. So you guys are going to see some higher end shrimp coming in at a lot lower prices because of, some of the things we're changing up. So that's really awesome. I'll be back next year, Nick said. That'll be cool. Emma Stormy this wants me to come to Texas. I would love to come to Texas. I really want to go everywhere and just speak once so that everyone has an opportunity, to come out and hear me talk and meet me and things like that. And Amanda. Hopefully Amanda will be traveling with me too. Shoe559 said, how long do shrimp stay buried? It depends on the shrimp, and it depends on the species and everything like that. But an average shrimp will hold eggs for like 25 days upwards of 45 days. And so between that number, 25 and 45, and things like that. Icy Kick says, Rob, how do you feel about ceramic shrimp shelters? I personally do not like them, just because, like, I don't know, like, I'd much rather have like lava rock in my tank that is extremely porous, has a lot of nooks and crannies in it for shrimp to dig into. So I would much rather go all natural and do some driftwood, things like that. But for people that don't like tannins, I guess ceramic shrimp shelters work. But in my experience, like, because I had ceramic shrimp shelters like in the very beginning when I first started, and I felt like the shrimp never went in them. Like they never really like grazed on them. They never really went in them. So ever since then, like I haven't preferred them, because you put a piece of driftwood in a tank that has some holes and nooks and crannies in it, shrimp are on it constantly. You put a piece of lava rock in the tank, shrimp are always grazing on it. Like, you put a piece of sponge in there, like that's really porous, shrimp are always grazing on it. And with ceramic decorations, I never felt like shrimp grazed on it, or at least they never really utilized it. So that's my opinion on that. Home Aquatics Hobby in the house. What's going on? He said, Rob, just wanted to say hi. Or just wanted to say that my blue velvet shrimp have taken over all my tanks. I have at least 60 varied females. I moved them into my guppy tanks, and boom, huge population now. I love it. That is awesome to hear. So you have to let me know if you got those from us or not, because that would make me feel good. But that's great. It's fun breeding tons of shrimp. Ollie Taylor said this UK tour would be so cool. Maybe we can work this side of the pond to see if there are any clubs or groups who would put money towards your cost to speak here, but all for the future. So Ollie, honestly, if you wanted to head that up, if you could even find, a couple clubs that would be willing to, foot a little bit, and just so it wouldn't be as expensive, me and Amanda flying over there, because I guarantee Amanda won't let me come unless she's coming. And so we'll both go over there and speak, and it will be great. And yeah, I think that would be awesome. And then also, if you could find some fish rooms, like of people that live in the UK that might have fish rooms, like maybe check the forums, like even if it's not shrimp, just fish. I would just love to see some tanks and take some video. I just think it would be a blast. So, Ollie, if you really want to do that, that would be awesome. So that would be sweet. What else we got going on? Oh, my mother-in-law is coming into town today. Yay! She's bringing both of her dogs with her. What is it? Daisy's coming, which is our like big chubby golden doodle, and then they're also bringing the puppy, which is Molly, and she's a black golden doodle. And so then we have Emma and Ruby, which are both golden doodles. Ruby's red, Emma's white, and so literally we are gonna have 4 dogs in our tiny little house, which is gonna be absolutely chaotic. But we'll make the best of it. We'll have a lot of fun. And we'll enjoy it. Rob, did you know it was a shrimp event in Germany in the beginning of this month? So Zanza, I actually saw it. I didn't know it was coming up, but I saw that they had it. I know some people from the U.S. went over there. I know Teresa. Shout out to Teresa, the coordinator of the shrimp competition in the U.S. Teresa was over there. Chris Lucup was there. So Selene was there. Like a lot of my good buddies were there. So I wish I would have planned and maybe been able to go, but I don't think it would have worked. So yeah, I did know about it once it happened, but I didn't know about it prior to, maybe like a week before. All I said is UK tour would be so cool. Maybe we can work this side of the pond. Oh, I already read that. Nick Richards said, you can stay at mine when you're here in Swansea, bro. Take you to some castles. I would love to go see some castles. Because if you guys never watched Outlander, it is like this. It's a book, actually. It's a book series. And it's like takes you back in time. Like, it is just so cool. So I would love to see some of the places that are in the book and just walk the ground that they talked about. So I think that would be a blast. So we are definitely coming to Scotland one day, 100% sure, unless, you know, God takes us away earlier than we plan, which hopefully that doesn't happen, but you never know. Kyle's Aquatics says, I just added pygmy cories to my tank, and I'm in love. My first time owning cories, and they are a perfect fish. They are cute as it can be. So we have a bunch of cories. Oh, our nano fish. We're coming out with that video soon too. That's one of the 3 videos I'm going to be releasing in the next couple of days. And all the nano fish are doing awesome. Like, I have not lost one nano fish, not one. So that is a great thing. You know, with shrimp, you're always losing them. So to get fish in and not lose any, I was like, man, I like this. This is awesome. So we have not lost any at all, which is great. Home Aquatics Hobby said, I didn't directly get my shrimp from you, but I got them from someone who originally got them from you. No way. It is so cool how the community works, and like how this person gets them, they breed them, and then someone else gets them. So I would be so interested if I could track all the genetics of shrimp that came, like I sold, and like see where they are today and how much they take up. I'm sure I'd be surprised. But that is really, really cool, Home Aquatics. Thank you for sharing. Nisi said, I love golden doodles. 4 is just the right amount of doodles. 4 is a ton of doodles. So 6 betta fish, 2 mice, and a ton of dogs. That's what we got. Show 559 says, do panacories need a higher pH tank? I have them in a Taiwan B tank and a crystal red tank. They all didn't do so well. All my shrimp are doing great, though. You know, honestly, I'm really not sure. I know that all the fish we got in, we keep in just our standard Neo parameters. Although we do put Indian almond leaves in the tank to bring down the pH a little bit. So maybe it was just something funky in your tank. Maybe they weren't in a big enough school. They weren't happy. Maybe they weren't being fed right. There's a lot of things, but I don't know if they need a higher pH or not. The turtle girl, what's going on, girl? She said, hey, my internet went out for a second. Did I miss anything? You missed a ton, but you're back. Now you won't miss anything else, so we're good to go. Ollie said, I'm going to head for my gaming night. Really appreciate your time. Let me work this side to find any groups or clubs who want to have you speak. Cannot wait to play in Chicago. So, Ollie, thank you so much, man. It was good hanging out with you. Always good catching up. So, Ollie, thank you, and have fun with your buddy. Doug in the North in the house. Woohoo. We got Doug here. Got to run out of here, Robert. Got to run out of here. Thanks, Rob. It's always a pleasure listening in. Doug, that it just makes me so happy that you're into the hobby now. Like, so happy. So I hope those bamboo shrimp are treating you well. But have a great, I guess it's afternoon for you guys, or morning still. Have a good morning, and I'll talk to you soon, Doug. But I'm still here with you guys. What else we got going on? I got to shave today. You see all this scruff? Tons of stuff going on. I got to get the dogs in here. I got to finish cleaning the house for my mother-in-law. I got to go get medicine for my throat. Got to go check on the shrimpies. Are true Siamese out-eaters safe for shrimp? Absolutely not. I believe they are little stinkers. I think they would eat your shrimp. But I've honestly never tried it, Roger, so I'm not completely sure. But somebody else said no, so I'm going to go with no, too. Got to go do schoolwork. Bye, Stormy. Stormy, Emma, I'm convinced. Are you homeschooled? You have to let me know, because you are always on the stream, and I love it. And it has to be you're either on vacation or you're homeschooled. Now, there's nothing wrong with being homeschooled, but I'm just curious because you are always here. and I love it. But I'll see you later, Stormy. Do you guys have any other questions? I got a little bit more time left before I have to go clean up. My mother will be here in an hour, so I got some time. Oh, check this out. So I'm going to post this in the chat for you guys. This is the live stream that I did when I was in Buffalo. And you guys got to listen to it. It's so funny. At least I think that's it. Let me pull it up and see if it works. Oh, that's cool. It actually pulled it up. Yeah, that is it. Cool. Oh, now I lost the chat. But anyway, so thank you guys for hanging out on a Friday. Since we don't have too many more questions, I appreciate you guys' time. Yeah, Stormy, that is okay. I guessed it right. Perfect. So anyway, I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for hanging out with me and just being a part of the Flip Aquatics family. You know, we're really enjoying it. We're thankful for you guys and all that you do for us. Whether it's the orders or the view or the like or the comment or just being here, like we appreciate it. So much love to you guys. I hope you guys make it a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't do anything too crazy, and have fun. That's what life's all about. So I'll get this video up as quick as I can, and I will talk to you guys soon. And I will also get some other videos up. Like my list of videos that I have to get up is I'm gonna get up the Chicago video talking about the aquatic experience. I'm gonna get the nanofish video, and then I gotta do a fluval bug bites video, which that will be coming out soon. And so, hey, we had a big yawn yet? No big yawn yet. None of that. Would you ever put some water tank or Java fern on a little 3x3 or bigger mat for sale? So I never have. I mean, I could probably get some in if I found a place to order them from, but just how we sell them, like it just wouldn't be cost effective for us. Like they would end up costing too much just because of the amount of time that we'd have to put into it. But great question. But anyway, you guys make it a great weekend. So much love from this side of the camera. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everything you guys do. You guys are seriously the best. So you guys have an awesome weekend. Much love, and I'll talk with you guys soon. Later.